Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Razovy, and today we're going to talk about the top 10 hidden gems that I recently found. I have way more of these. I'm gonna make way more top 10 hidden gems, and today I want to talk about, well, 10 more. We're gonna start with Watamote, or the long title that is Watashi ga motenai no wa dou kangaete mo omaera ga warui. So basically, if you would translate that, it's something like, the reason that I am not wanted or not popular is like, no matter how you look at that, it's you guys' fault. That's kind of what this title is. What is the official English title? Let's see. Watamote, no matter how I look at it, it's you guys' fault I'm not popular. That's the official English title. This is about it. This is one of the first anime I ever watched, and I remember loving this one a lot because, well, we follow Tomoko. And Tomoko is basically like the most socially inept person that there is. Like, she is so bad at social situations, basically. And no matter what she does, no matter how hard she tries, she is so awkward. She is so incredibly awkward that she just fails at everything that she does. She fails at school when it comes to her studies. She fails at trying to make friends. She fails at dating guys. She fails at everything. And it's actually it sounds kind of weird, but it's a really cringy story. Not in a way like it's written cringy, but like everything that she does makes you cringe because she's so horrible at everything, socially speaking. And that's a good thing. In this case, that's a good thing. This anime really makes you cringe at everything that Tomoko does, and it's so good. It's so good that they do that. I love this one. Now, Tomoko used to have this friend called Yu, and Yu nowadays is really popular, and she changed her looks, and she is now kind of like the girl that everyone likes. But back in the days, like a couple of years ago, she was just like Tomoko. So Tomoko's really jealous of Yu. On the other hand, they are friends, and that's kind of where the story starts. But for real, Tomoko has so many cringe things. You should really take a look at this one. That's also why I put this one first. If you're going to click out the video soon, this one is definitely one to shoot 100% watch. Then we have Golden Time. Now, Golden Time is an anime that I feel like, if you're my age, and of course I'm not going to give you my age, but if you're around my age, I think you know this one already. But especially the younger ones, right? The people who are new to anime don't know this one. It's basically about a guy called Banri, and he has amnesia. Like, he has no recollection of what happened in the past, and he now has to go to college, and there he meets a girl that he doesn't remember. Apparently she remembers him quite well, and she is completely smitten with him. Like, she really likes him, and she wants to marry him and that kind of stuff. She's called Koka, and everyone thinks she's very pretty, and he, of course, he thinks she's very pretty too. But it's basically a love story between Bandri and Koko. And there's way more characters than them, and eventually there's like a third love interest and all that kind of stuff. But you need to figure that out for yourself. It's very fun though. Like, it's set in a college setting, which means that the story is more mature than what you expect from most anime. I like that. I think that's fun, and it displays love quite accurately, especially around that age. So take a look at Golden Time. It's very fun. Then we have Ansatsu Kyoshitsu, or Assassination Classroom. Now, this one, I think from everything that I'm going to show you today, this is the one that most people probably know the best. It's basically about an alien who's called Koro Sensei, and this guy, like I said, he's an alien. He's from outer space, and he vows that he will destroy the Earth unless he is allowed to teach students from a certain age group, and then he wants to teach them the art of assassination, basically. It's a weird premise. Don't think about it too much. Anyway, that's what he wants. These students are selected, are trained, right, before they even set foot in his classroom. They're trained to kill this guy. Like, they want to kill this alien. But of course, this alien has tons of different abilities that makes it very hard for them to actually do anything. Like he's incredibly fast, he's incredibly strong. He's so fast that it looks like he's teleporting, like that kind of stuff. And the one that shows the most potential is Nagisa. He is sometimes able to physically hurt Koro Sensei, but it sounds really weird because the premise is so weird. But this is a a very heartfelt story about a teacher and his students trying to make the best of it all. It's like I said, it doesn't sound like that. I'm fully aware of that, but it's a really good story. Take a look at this one. It has 2 seasons, and it's actually surprisingly good, even though the premise is so freaking weird. For real, take a look at this one. Then we have Miracleton. Now, I have talked about this in the past, and this is definitely not the final time that I'm going to talk about this. I really enjoy the manga. The anime is great too, but I collect the physical manga, so I'm really into the manga right now. And basically we follow a girl called Miko. And Miko, at some point in time, all of a sudden, is able to see spirits. Or at least that's what she thinks they are. She doesn't really get what's happening. But she sees these very grotesque monsters, spirits, that are trying to make contact with her. But she pretends like she cannot see them, because she notices that if I just pretend like I can't see them, they go away. And these monsters are really, they're monsters. They're really scary. Like the anime portrays them they're quite scary in the anime. The manga portrays them even more horrific. Like if you are into horror, read the manga instead of watch the anime. The manga is able to really show the grotesque part of the monsters. But yeah, eventually she starts noticing that these monster spirits, whatever you want to call them, that they're here with a purpose. There's some sort of a reason why they're here. And her friend Hana has this aura around her. She also notices that, and she's able to like ward off the monsters with her aura. It's of course I cannot really explain why this happens or how, but that would be spoiler territory. But there are a lot of mysteries in this manga that you really want to eventually discover by reading it or watching it via the anime. The anime has covered, I believe, 4 or 5 volumes of the manga, or 3, something of the sort. So it's quite a big chunk, but the manga is way further ahead. So watch the anime, read the manga, but both are incredible. Then we have Hiyoka, another classic in my opinion, one that I feel like more people should watch. We follow a guy called Oreki, and Oreki is basically just bored out of his mind. He's a lazy person, but he's also just incredibly bored, and he just doesn't really care about things. He just wants to live a lazy lifestyle. That's kind of what he says that he wants to do. He sees the world as gray. That's kind of how he would describe it. Eventually, certain mysteries pop up at school, and we're not talking about nothing like Miracleton, just fun little mysteries that Eru, his friend, or at least they become friends, I guess. Chitanda Eru. She wants to solve these mysteries, and Oreki, he would never admit it, but he kind of has a thing for Chitanda, so he helps her out. And besides helping her out, his friends Satoshi and Mayaka, they also are roped into it basically because they just enjoy the mystery of trying to solve certain things in their school. Like I said, we're not talking about murders here or something. These are just fun little mysteries that they solve together. It's kind of like a detective-esque story set in high school. It's fun. It really is fun. It's not the most mind-boggling show that I've ever watched, but it is definitely fun. And I wish that more people would know about this one, because it's surprisingly good, really. It might not sound very tremendously good the way that I describe it, but it's surprisingly good, really. Take a look at this one. And then we have one that I enjoyed so much. I have very fond memories of this anime. I also remember that I watched this in a time of my life which was very important. Very stressful yet important time of my life. I won't get into that, of course, but so I have very vivid memories of this anime because I watched it at that time of my life. We follow a guy where you see Sorata, and Sorata he has to move into this dormitory called Sakuraso. In this dormitory, there are many wacky characters like Misaki and Jin, and eventually also, and that's the main love interest, Mashiro. And Mashiro is kind of out of the loop. Like, the way that I could describe her is that she is just aloof. She doesn't understand how to be a proper human, that kind of stuff. It sounds kind of weird, but you'll get it once you watch the anime. And basically, our good friend Sorata will now take care of Mashiro, basically. And of course, something happens, and there's romance involved. You should take a look at that. Jean is also a very interesting character because everyone likes Jean, especially the women. So he takes advantage of that. And Misaki is just a wacky character. She's very funny. Take a look at this anime. It's so much fun. It's like I said, it's for me, it's a classic. I'm not sure if I should describe it as a classic, but for me it is a classic. It's based on a light novel series. The light novel series is finished. I'm not sure if it's translated into English. I would not be able to tell you. I don't read light novels. There's also a manga, but as you can imagine, the manga is based on the anime, so you won't get anything more out of the manga than if you just watch the anime. Of course, you'll get plenty if you read the light novel, because as far as I know, the light novel goes even further than the anime. So if you like light novels, I guess you have plenty to read in this case. Sakuraso no pet na kanojo. And I believe in English that would be, what was it again? The pet girl of Sakuraso. Yeah, that's it. Then we have Tamako Market. And Tamako Market is actually one that this is probably one of my favorite anime. And for most of you watching this, you're not going to really understand why. Mainly because most people don't, they're okay with this kind of anime, but I don't think anyone enjoys it as much as me compared. Well, that's not true. I'll just explain first, and then you'll understand what I mean. Tamako Market is incredibly simple. The story is incredibly simple. We follow Tamako, and we follow just her daily life. That's it. We see her going out with her friends. We see her going to school. The only odd thing about this anime is that there is this talking bird called Dera, and there's something about him. I won't spoil what, but Dera is there with a reason. And we just follow Tamako and her family, and it's all fun and happy, and this is a very feel-good anime. And if that's something that you like, most likely you're not gonna find a better anime out there than this one. If this doesn't sound appealing to you, like the normal slice of life stuff, most likely you're not gonna like this. Maybe Hiyoka could still help you out a little bit, since there's like this detective element to it, but Tamako Market is pure slice of life, pure cutesy stuff. If that doesn't appeal to you, you're not gonna like it. But I think if it sounds even a little bit interesting to you, then yeah, when it comes to slice of life, this one is freaking good. Then you have Plastic Memories. Now, if you like to cry when watching a show, watch Plastic Memories. It's kind of hard for me to really explain the story properly, because if I would spoil one thing, basically you don't really have to watch the anime anymore. So I'm going to try and not spoil anything. We follow a guy called Tsukasa, and he gets a job at the terminal service, basically. And in this world, this is in the future, there are these robots, I guess. They call them Giftia. And basically they are robots, sort of, but the problem is that they are just like humans, but their lifespans are short, and they have quite a specific purpose to being on Earth. So their lifespan is short because their purpose on Earth needs to be fulfilled, and then they're out of purpose. Does that sound logical to you? That's all I can say. This is a tearjerker, really. There's romance involved, there is slice of life, it's mainly romance, of course, and a lot of drama. I really like this anime. It's one of my favorites as well. It's not my favorite, but it's really good. Would I recommend it to someone who's not interested in drama anime? No. This is purely drama and crying and emotions, and if that doesn't appeal to you and you just want to watch people fight and stuff, go watch One Punch Man or something. This is not it, but this is a very beautiful story. Plastic Memories. I would highly advise anyone to take a look at this one, unless you're not into the emotional stuff. And then we have Lucky Star. Now, Lucky Star is, again, very cutesy. It's about a group of girls doing stupid and fun things. That's all there's to it. There's nothing for me to flesh out here. I do believe it's a hidden gem because this one seems to be forgotten by a lot of people. Like K-On! Is very popular, but Lucky Star was also kind of like K-On! In that sense. Like, it's the cutesy stuff, the moe stuff. If you like moe and you haven't watched Lucky Star yet, take a look at Lucky Star, please. But there's not much for me to discuss, simply because it's just cute girls doing cute things. You either like that or you don't. And then finally we have Durarara. And Durarara is, no matter what genres you like, most likely you're going to like Durarara too. Basically, we follow a group of teens, I guess, and they basically witness what they call the Black Rider. And there's something mysterious about the Black Rider. Crimes are happening everywhere, and they think that it has to do something with the Black Rider. I cannot really say more than that, simply because I would spoil the living hell out of this show, and this show needs to be watched without any spoilers. You're not going to like this show if you watch any kind of spoilers regarding it, so don't look up anything. The characters are great. The setting is great. The art style is nice. It's not great, but it's nice. Durarara is... I cannot imagine anyone disliking Durarara. It's kind of hard for me to believe that. It's kind of like, and I see that here too, it's kind of like Bakano. Like, no matter what genre you like, Bakano appeals to everyone in some way or form. So, same thing with Durarara. Take a look at this one. This is a safe bet for anyone. You're going to like this one, most likely. I would find it hard to believe if anyone disliked this one. From all of the ones that I recommended here in this video, this one is going to be liked by the most of you, I think. I really believe that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this was the video. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click on the like button if you haven't done so yet, and of course subscribe. Now, if you're going to subscribe, it is very important that you click on the bell icon. YouTube, basically the YouTube algorithm will then recommend my videos more to you, and it also helps my channel out tremendously by you clicking on the little bell icon. It sounds weird, but really it helps out content creators so much if you do that, so please do so. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I was Razovy, and you were you, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.